Tonight, live from the Sorrento Hotel, Seattle, it's the 60s, starring Dr. Johnny L. and the Madman Mafioso Band.
Grazie mille, signore e signori, e buonasera. Tonight we're going back to a specific place in Italy. We're going back to the turn of the century and we're all going to... Surrender, exactly. Mi chiamo il dottore Giovanni L. Benvenuti agli anni 60. 1, 2, 3, 4! Yes, it's the 60s, today featuring Elvis Presley's Surrender. So, the song, the artist, and the year, as all easy in one way. Surrender, Elvis Presley, 1961. But there are two ways, and I'll get to that. Just let me tell you that Surrender is one of the best-selling records of all time. Of all time. Exactly. Okay, let's go back to 1960. Here we find Doc Pomus and Mort Schumann, who had established themselves as one of the American music industry's top songwriting teams, with hits like A Teenager in Love and Save the Last Dance for Me in their back pocket. The duo would write 25 songs for Elvis in the years to come, including Viva Las Vegas, His Latest Flame, and Suspicion. But their first task was Surrender. But did they really write Surrender? I mean, really, did they? To tell you the true story behind Surrender, we'll have to go to the city of Sorrento on the west coast of Italy, and our Italian correspondent, Little Miss Lonely, aka Piccolissima Signorina Sole. Alright, buonasera Piccolissima Signorina Sole, are you there?
Buonasera, dottore. Yes, I'm here in beautiful Sorrento.
Very well. Now, could you tell us, did Pomus and Schumann really write Surrender?
Yes and no.
Explain.
Well, Pomus actually wrote the lyrics. That's clear as the sky over the Golfo di Napoli.
Now that's a relief. What about the music?
The music is based on a 1902 Italian ballad called Torna al Sorrento, Return to Sorrento.
And do we know who wrote this Italian ballad?
In fact, we do. It was written by the brothers Ernesto and Giambattista de Curtis, maybe as early as 1894, but at the latest 1902. The song was soon to become one of the most popular songs in the genre, up there with Santa Lucia and O Sole Mio.
Hang on, didn't Elvis do O Sole Mio as well?
He sure did, Doc. In 1960, O Sole Mio was reworked into It's Now or Never. Inspiration here was Tony Martin's 1949 version called There's No Tomorrow.
And It's Now or Never worked out well, so they thought, let's do another Italian song. But why Torna al Sorrento? Why not any other Neapolitan ballad?
There was already an English version out there, recorded by Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. This version is called Come Back to Sorrento and follows the original lyrics, at least somewhat. And as you did in those days, if something was successful, do it again. If it worked once, it'll sure work again.
And Elvis' version doesn't follow the original lyrics?
Not a word. Surrender and Sorrento may sound similar, but have nothing to do with each other.
I feel enlightened. Thank you, Little Miss Lonely, and enjoy your stay in fair turn of the century Sorrento.
Grazie mille, dottore. I will.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Okay, we do it again. That was good, but we do it again. Okay. Okay, you ready? Yeah. Don't you wish you knew more about European 60s music?
If you do, give us money and we'll tell you all about it. From Eurovision weirdness to the Beatles to soon-to-be members of ABBA.
What? Give us money and we can finally return to Sorrento.
Seriously? Jesus. Cut.
What do you mean? Wasn't I supposed to say that?
You were supposed to say. You're not supposed to wait 20 seconds between it.
Right.
Music, please.
Sorry.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as I said, Surrender is one of the best-selling records of all time, reaching #1 both in the States and the UK. This in spite of Billboard choosing the flip side, Lonely Man, as the A-side. This, of course, had a lot to do with Elvis' amazing vocals, and that is a damn good song to begin with. But it also has to do with the arrangement and the dramatic way of performing. So who play on the recording? I'll find out by calling Freddie Beanstalk of Hill and Range Music Publisher. I have his number here. 2, 2, 4 9. Oh, it's ringing. Hello, Mr. Beanstalk?
No, this is Marcus Antonius.
The Mark Antony? Like Mark Antony Caesar's general and lover of Cleopatra, Mark Antony?
The one and the same.
Okay, but you must be over 2,000 years old.
See, yeah, what about it?
Well, never mind. So, Mr. Antony, did you know Freddie Beanstalk?
See, we were best of pals, man. So I was there when Elvis called him and asked him to get some new lyrics to Torna al Sorrento. And I was there when they recorded it, man. I was there.
Ah, brilliant. So, who's playing on it?
It was the usual paisans, you know, Scotty Moore, DJ Fontana, the Jordanaires doing backup vocals, Bob Moore on the bass, Hank Garland on acoustic guitar, some other guys on horns and percussion. It was the same session as Mr. Presley's gospel recordings.
Well, Mark Antony, thanks for telling us about the recording of Surrender. Bye.
Arrivederci.
Right, time's up, folks, from the 60s.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No, it's actually not.
Oh. Oh, sorry.
Hi, I'm Tex Madison of the Mad Men Band, but that's not important. What is actually important is that there's a Swedish version of the song, right? Jussi Björling, the world-famous tenor, the very first recording he ever did was actually a Swedish version of Sorrento. And he recorded it in Stockholm all the way back in 1929. But that's not all. That's not all. No. Jussi Björling, that famous tenor, he actually played the song with its original writer in 1958.
With Ernesto?
With Ernesto, so now you know.
Wow. Right, thank you, Tex. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our time's really up for today, but I'd like to thank Piccolissima Signorina Sole, Tex Madison, the Madman Band, not Freddie Beanstalk, but Mark Antony, and our producers, Porter Antorell Syndrome, Tinstream, and Megapixel. If there is anything else worth knowing about Surrender that we haven't covered, or if there is anything else on your 60s mind, tell us in the comments. Listen to the Madman Band's version of Surrender here, and listen to Elvis, Dino and Frank, Jussi Björling versions right here. Don't forget to subscribe, and remember, you're always welcome back to the 60s. I'll see you soon. 1, 2, 3, 4!